Welcome to our top 10 candidate interviews for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. I'm Eric Grandstrom, and our coverage is brought to you in part by Harvest Valley Pest Control. They use kid and pet safe materials. Call for your free estimate. Of course, the Apple Blossom pageant is coming up on February 27th. We'll have it live right here on the NCWLIFE channel. We're going to get a chance to sit down and talk with the candidates. In fact, here is our first candidate joining us, Libby Gallaher, who is the daughter of Bob and Michelle. Hi, Libby.
How are you?
Good. Tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into all these questions.
Okay, so I like to golf in my free time, and I'm named after a little town in Montana called Libby, Montana.
I've been there.
You have been?
Yes,
I've never been there.
Oh, well, you'll have to go there sometime.
That's what I've heard. It's
nice
beautiful.
Place. So, how did you decide to do this and be part of the Apple Blossom process and then top 10?
Well, actually, my dad, he's a teacher, so I've seen like a lot of his students and stuff like over time, and they've been a part of this, and they were like my babysitter. So it's like, I was like a role model and stuff, and I just wanted to be a part of something that I looked up to.
How did you get into golf?
My parents bribed me in freshman year because I was going to do track, and I'm a terrible runner. So they're like, you should do this instead because you'll get golf shoes and clothes. So I joined it, and then I made a whole bunch of new friends, and I really got into the sport.
What do you tell somebody that doesn't golf, about just trying it?
I would tell them it's definitely a good life skill you can learn, and even if you're not good, it's fun because you can play it with friends, and even when you're like old, you can still keep playing.
Your bio says you like hot yoga.
Yes.
So what do you get out of hot yoga?
So hot yoga, it's at 104 degrees, so it's really hot, but it's a lot of it's your inner body, and you like really get to ground yourself, and it's a good stress reliever, and it's the greatest exercise I've done in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm interested, do you do that to start your day, the end of the day? What's a good time for hot yoga?
It depends on how my week's going. So if I'm having a super stressful week, I'll go at the end of the week, and I can just calm down and be ready to start my weekend.
Okay. Your grandma Betty, you said, is the most inspirational person to you. Why?
She's super loving and caring, and she's 91 years old, and she doesn't look a day over 60.
Wow.
So she's beautiful, and she's super inspiring and loving, and she cares about everyone she's ever met. She's so she's just amazing.
So she's got to be pretty excited that you're doing this.
Yeah, when she read my bio and saw that she was the most inspirational, she was just overwhelmed with how to react.
What has been the most challenging part of the pandemic for you?
The most challenging part would probably be not interacting with people, because I really enjoy meeting new people, and I just started my golf season, so we didn't get to do that, which was a major bummer, but probably interacting with people because it was such a small circle that I had got to be with, so it was weird.
Yeah, well, 91-year-old Grandma Betty, you probably weren't able to see her too much, right?
No, I haven't seen her at all.
Oh, that's tough. What's the number one thing adults need to know or understand about teenagers today?
Probably that even though we don't seem like we have that many responsibilities, we have a lot. Because we're trying to get ready, what are we gonna do next? So it's the balancing of your job and trying to figure out a good career path and trying to find a good group, which parents think they forget how long ago that was and how challenging it actually is.
Yeah, I imagine with the social media and electronic age that we're in, it's probably even more difficult for you guys.
Yeah.
What's the best thing, from your perspective, about the Wenatchee Valley that you would describe to someone who's never been here before?
I usually tell people that it's probably the tight group of people that wherever you go, you're probably gonna see a familiar face. So it's kind of just welcoming, knowing oh, hey, there's someone I know. You don't feel like a outsider here.
When you're here, you're family.
Yeah.
So it is the night of the 27th, and you are crowned queen. Who do you thank?
I would thank my parents and probably my brothers, because they were my inspiration for my speech to get me to this point. So without them, I wouldn't have had a speech like the one I had.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Libby Gallaher. She's one of our top 10 candidates for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival Royalty Selection Pageant, sponsored by Cashmere Valley Bank. It's coming your way on the NCWLIFE channel on Saturday night, the 27th of February. We'll start our coverage at 6 o'clock with the countdown to coronation, and then the pageant live at 7 o'clock. Thanks for watching us here on the NCWLIFE channel.